blanco gato. Wait, no, is it el gato blanco? Wait, what? The white cat that had white. This doesn't make sense. Hola amigos, bienvenidos a Spanish 55. Yo soy Katy. We're going to talk about adjetivos, adjectives. If your Spanish level is not that high yet, I will try to make this super easy, super introductory, and straight to the point. So if you're ready, let's head in. First, let's begin with something easy. What is an adjective? So an adjective is this little word that it's used to describe nouns. In English, we say a fat cat. But in Spanish, it's the other way around. Un gato gordo. Yes, a cat fat. And in Spanish, usually the adjective comes after the noun. So why is it that Spanish is so different from English? Think about the noun as the start of the sentence. And the adjective is just a characteristic that makes it special and shine even more. So yeah, it's like saying, hey, this is the thing we're talking about, and this is what makes it special. Great. Easy peasy until here. But as usual, in Spanish, there are many exceptions to the rule. For instance, sometimes the adjective can actually come before the noun. So is the case for good, bueno, and bad, malo. You can say un buen amigo, a good friend. But when you say un amigo bueno, here the adjective comes after the noun. You're emphasizing the quality of the friend. Another example is with the adjective grande. So grande means big, right? If you put that adjective after the noun and you say una persona grande, it means a big person, whereas it comes to age, height, or weight. But you can also put that same adjective in front of the noun. So you say una gran persona, and that means a great person. So it's a characteristic inherent to them. And yes, if you're wondering why does grande change to gran, that's just how Spanish works. So there's not really a much explanation right now there. And oh, you cannot say una grande persona. That's not really a thing in Spanish. Let's look into another one. If we say un hombre pobre, we're saying a man that is poor, like economically speaking. But if we say un pobre hombre, we're literally saying a poor man in a way that you feel pity for them. And there's really not a specific way about how to memorize these kind of things. However, the only way that I would suggest is to actually use them. Do not be afraid to make mistakes and just go along with them. Now we're going to look at 5 important adjectives in Spanish and how to use them in a sentence. For instance, if we want to talk about size, let's say a big house. Grande doesn't really have feminine and masculine, so it states the same for both. We say una casa grande. However, if we want to talk about small things, let's say a little dog, pequeño, it is a gender noun. So you can say pequeño o pequeña depending on what you're talking about. So un perro pequeño. If you want to say that something is pretty, bonito, bonita. So a pretty city, una ciudad bonita. So if you're ready, guys, let's start practicing. I am going to give you 3 sentences and you're going to try and guess how to fill them in. Remember, is it feminine or masculine? So if you're ready, let's begin. A little cat. Un gato. A big car. Un coche. An interesting movie. Una película. So it was un gato pequeño, un coche grande, y una película interesante. Now you're ready to tackle Spanish word order. And remember, the more you get yourself immersed in, the easier it becomes. And speaking about getting immersed and practice, why not check out Spanish55.com? If you haven't booked your free consultation yet, what are you waiting for? You can find your own specific tutor that will tailor your own lessons to achieve your own goals at your own pace. And also, don't forget to check our new podcast, Conquering Spanish, where lots of real life students happen to share with you their inspirations, motivations, struggles, tips, and much more. That was all for today. This was Katy. Thank you for staying here, and I will see you en el próximo video. Hasta la próxima.